Hey everyone, today's video, it's about why is it important to learn how to read the game of soccer. Why is it important to know how to read the game? Why is it important to possess that skill? Listen, I'm taking the opportunity to create this video because as a college coach, I get inquiries, people that follow me on social media, through futsal, through soccer, and ask questions about the collegiate recruitment process. They ask what they should do to get in contact with the university I work with, how to get ID'd, scouted, and so on and so forth. I get to see a lot of games. People send me videos of their players to look at their games and kind of evaluate them, or at ID camps, or any place else. So I figured that it was about time I make a video and I stress the importance of why is it important to learn how to read the game and how can that help you in possibly playing at a higher level. So on social media, on any given day, you just see videos of individual players killing it with their individual skills. I mean, their ball skills, their footwork is fantastic. They're just doing awesome, terrific things. And it seems that every training company is focusing on showcasing how good they are in getting the player to that development stage, where their feet are quick, their touches on the ball, just unbelievable. But in my opinion, one of the things that lacks, or there's a misconnect between the individual player ball skills and understanding of the game, reading the game, it's huge. The disconnect is huge. And this is not just, I'm not coming to this opinion after watching one or two players play. I'm coming to this opinion based on watching hundreds, and I mean hundreds, if not thousands by now, after all the years that I've been coaching. It has to be thousands. It has to be, not hundreds. Individual players, skilled players, watching them how great they are with their individual foot skills, ball control skills, but then when it comes to the game, not so much. That being futsal or soccer. I have watched over and over again how individual players who are killing it with their individual foot skills fail when it comes to game time. Here's a piece of advice for whoever wants to listen. And again, it's my opinion, but you can ask around, you can do your own due diligence, inquire other collegiate coaches or professional coaches that coach at the pro level, and ask what their opinion is. But the ability to read the game, make quick decisions, the right decisions at the right time, is very important. I'm going to go out and say more important than how great individual skills are. And the reason why I believe that is because if you follow any of the other videos, if you guys go and look at my story, I was never a great individual skill player. I say the story over and over again. Until I was 14 years old, I could not consistently get the ball in the air. Couldn't cross consistently. My foot skills on the ball and everything were not the greatest. I only had one move. I tell the story about when I was in college and the opposing coach, when I was in one game, said to their player, or his player, hey, he only has one move. Shut him down. That stuck with me. So what I did is I learned how to read the game. I stayed away from my weaknesses, which was my subpar individual foot skills, dribbling skills, and I became really good at reading the game. So instead of putting myself in a position to fail, I would always put myself in a position to make that right pass at the right time, at the right place, make that run, overlap, this, that. Always read the game. What would happen in the game at any given moment? What would happen in the game and move ahead, if that makes sense. So, once again, the opinion is, to anybody who's interested in playing at a higher level, seek help and try to get better at developing your game read, not just your individual skills. Look, there are some phenomenal players over the ages that have played soccer at the highest level. Messi, Ronaldo. Those guys are phenomenal with their feet. Ronaldinho, Neymar. I mean, just to name a few, right? Phenomenal individual talented players. However, those players, they cannot do that on their own. They cannot win games with just individual players. They need to read the game. They need a surrounding cast. They need to know when and where to place themselves to receive that ball, to receive, quality pass, so they're putting themselves in a position for that scoring opportunity. They need to know when to release the ball, when to play and give and go. I mean, there's just so many elements in reading the game. When to possess the ball, when to close a player down, when to back off, when you have numbers up, when you have numbers down, what to do when you have numbers up, what to do when you have numbers down. When your opposition, depending on the individual player that's marking you, do you evaluate that player? Do you know to get to know their strengths and their weaknesses? Do you go after their weaknesses, or do you go after their strengths? Many people say that if you watch Messi play in the beginning stages of every game, he doesn't seem as mobile as when the game progresses, and that's because he studies the opposition. He studies the opposing teams, their players, their setup, their shape, how each player performs. He studies them, so as the game progresses, he knows how to attack and what to do. Very smart, very smart. So once again, guys, and I don't want to make this video way too long or repetitive. Find yourselves someone or a company that can develop the read of the game, of your game, just as much as your individual skills. How to break down the game and help you analyze the game. Why do a certain thing, when you should do it, how you should do it. Another very simple way of developing one's game, which in my opinion, again, is basically missing out of the U.S. soccer culture, is that there's hardly any free play. And the coaches that do use free play, a lot of times they get accused by the parents that they're not doing enough coaching. Because the misconception in America is that unless a coach is barking directions, running drills, lines, this, that he's not coaching. Well, I got news for you guys. A coach that allows their team to just free play and watch them play, allow them the freedom of playing, allow them to fail, allow them to succeed, allow them to think on how to fix their failures, is coaching just as much as the individual coach that is conducting individual drills, quote unquote. Okay? If you've been to Spain methodology, and I've been there, I've spoken to coaches with professional clubs. Their methodology is that a player should have the ball at his feet no matter what he does. So if they're doing strengthening conditions, running activities, if they're working on their fitness, they always have the ball at their feet. They're doing all different things. They try to include the ball at their feet as much as possible because they create, a relationship with the ball, feel for the ball. Every session includes a lot of game, a lot of free play time. If you go to South America, if you go to Europe, at the ages where the kids begin to play, 3-4 years old, until like 12 years old, they play a lot. I mean, there's mostly playing. And the coaching points is done at certain parts of the session. Between water breaks, maybe they pause a little bit and they explain things, but they allow them to play. As they get older, coaches will step in and make those coaching points, but it's done through the environment of a game, and helping the players not only understand how to read the game, but not be afraid to read the game. You know, there's unlimited ways to attack. There's no right or wrong way to attack. There's no right or wrong way to, defend or possess the ball. Soccer is organized chaos. That's what it is. There is a structure of how to approach the game. There's a structure of what we do when we have the ball in possession. There's a structure of what we do when we are defending to win back possession. But in a sense, it's a free-flowing game. Don't get influenced by all this games that you guys see on the television, and you see those professional coaches on the sideline always, barking direct. By the way, a lot of them are not always barking directions. The camera catches them when they are talking because they want to make them part of the game. They want to make the coach part of the experience of a soccer game. But in reality, don't think that a professional soccer coach is just sitting barking directions all day long through a game. They're professionals. At that level, they should know what to do. It's expected from them to know what to do and how to read the game, because if they can't do it, simply they'll find themselves on the bench, which is the same thing what happens to young players in America. So they get recruited, and their recruitment process involves when coaches are looking at a video of a player or their go-to idea player at a showcase or a high school game or what have you. Part of the evaluation process is not just how good they are technically with their feet, right? But how do they read the game? How do they adjust to different situations? Their body structure, their demeanor, their personality. They lost the ball. What did they do after they lost the ball? Did they get upset? Did they just turn around and walk back? Or did they quickly turn and go from attacking the defense and try to get the ball back? I mean, there's just so many things that go into an evaluation past the point of individual skills. And a big part of it, again, is being able to read the game. Did the player make the right pass at the right time? Or was she or he too busy dribbling and missed that passing lane? Or they missed that run that their teammate made? They missed that opportunity to connect, to release the ball, to have a shot, to make the right choice at the right time. Or a lot of times, players are just making decisions that just, crazy, they're horrendous. They'll just kick the ball away because they don't want the responsibility of being caught with the ball at their feet and losing it. So they just kick it away. Well, guess what? To an experienced coach, that's just as bad. Kicking the ball away for the sake of kicking the ball away is just as bad as losing the ball while dribbling and having two players open that you could have made that easy pass. Decision making, game read, game adjust. It's called soccer IQ, soccer vision. If you're playing futsal, futsal IQ, futsal vision. How do you see the game? Can you see what's going to happen when you don't have the ball on the other side of the field when your teammates are making a run or a give and go? What do? Can you foresee a move or two ahead? Can you see one or two steps ahead and put yourself in a position to get to that third step? So 1-2 give and go between the players on the left side. By the time that give and go happens, your third option, which is you, has made that overlap run and now is in a position to receive that pass across. Seeing the game and time it, by the way, not get there too early, not get there too late. I can go on and on and on and on. I don't want to, just tire this video. But again, I wanted to make this video and I wanted to stress that any player who is looking at to play at a higher level, a very competitive high school, but more specific college, or even past that, pros, you must learn how to read the game. And period. Individual soccer skills, no matter how good you are, is not enough. Look, if you go on YouTube, you can just Google like soccer skills or something like soccer crazy skills or whatever, and you see there's guys that are just like magicians with a ball. I mean, the things that they do are phenomenal. right? But those players don't play professional soccer. Don't you think there's a reason for that? Yeah, they spend countless hours mastering their individual ball control skills. And that's what they are. They are brilliant. They are magicians at handling and manipulating a ball. They're not complete soccer players. A complete soccer player must have soccer IQ, must have game read, among other things. Mentality, character, fitness, among individual soccer skills. If you liked the video, if you liked the content, please subscribe to the channel. Help me navigate through YouTube clutter. Sorry, I'm trying to build the channel. Subscribe, like, share, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.